Okay, we are live. Or is it Memorex? Ah. Okay, I'm having some technical difficulties. I may lose my live stream. What can go wrong is going wrong this at the moment. This is like really frustrating. So let's get this zoomed in. All right. And get it down here where we'll be working. Thanks for being here. Definitely appreciated. This is just a little frustrating. Let's see. Can go wrong is going wrong today. Okay. All right. So let's get this going here. And hopefully we will stay on and we'll get this all worked out. So thanks for being here. Bear with me here. This is just a little frustrating at the moment. Is it live or is it Memorex? Obviously live. And not going very smooth. So, all right. Well, I will check the live stream. I really can't see. I'm not quite sure who's here. All right, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe down again this thinset because it's setting up here. And I'm using fairly firm pressure with the damp sponge. Okay, this is a grouting sponge. That's what I know it as. It's pretty dense. Okay, it's yellow. They call us, and I'm not sure the name. Can't quite read it. Whoops. Don't want that to happen. Okay. Get this nice and cleaned off here. And I've got a few loose rocks in here on purpose, filling some gaps. That will be fine. Once I get it in here. So let this get set up. Not set up, but you get the thin set here where it's, it's not, you can touch it and it's not sticking to your finger, okay? And then you can wipe it down. All right, I'm doing these rocks all individually here. Get the heavy out of it. It's heavy, thin. Okay. This heavy thin set off. See what you can see. All right, so you can see back here. And then once you get the heavy thin set off the surface of the rock, you can then start going around the edges of the rock. Rocks, I should say. After you get the surface up and wipe down across these individual edges, you can see kind of folding the sponge. Okay. And get that kind of down in there. Using the bag again. I'm going to be applying this with the bag. This next section of rock in here I don't have any thin set on. Okay. Kind of go around the edges of the rocks as well, river rocks. And kind of reveal them, bring them up. This thin set creates its own character. It gives it some contrast. The rocks give contrast to the thin set. And it's pretty cool. It looks pretty. And we may end up putting a darker thin set in here because it blends, We need something to kind of contrast the watches, the grout, and the walls really nice. And for that purpose, that's perfect. Other than the walls matching, since the thin set matches the walls, and so on the floor we need some contrast, and that's what we're shooting. So we're going to have to possibly go over this with a light coat of some darker thin set so that it has a color contrast here, much nicer in here on the floor. So that the river rock stands out more than what it does. And that's the purpose of that. Okay. Got some river rock not showing up. There it is. There it is. You want to kind of pull this down for runoff. Okay. And let me get that right direction. There. Okay, so I'm getting ready to fill this grout bag, this homemade grout bag. Well, not really homemade, but this, affordable, cheap, creative grout bag. All right. First video, then you know what I'm talking about. I've never seen anybody use the type of grout bag that I've thought I'd experiment with, and it works really. Actually, this grout bag works really, really well. Okay. Now, I'll be able to wipe off this slight residue that was these river rock now after it sets up. There's a slight residue over these river rocks, and they will definitely clean up and look nice after this sets up, and come back and wipe them down. Okay. If you're bored, I'm sorry. It's, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then what is a video worth? 1,000,000, 10,000, So for that purpose, I keep going live and get to that bag I keep talking about. And see how that works. Okay. Got some of the river rock over here on the edge that was hiding. Had to bring it up. And so we are. All right, now time to get the the grout bag going. All right, here's the grout bag. The moment you've been waiting for, and I got a bunch of dry. Oh, that's not going to work. All right, so discovery. If you don't rinse out your bag, you get this grout drying in here. Now it's like clay. Is like clay. So I'm gonna take this and mix it right into here. Where do you put it? I'm putting it right into my thinset. It's soft. Okay, it should mix right in. And everybody's going, no, what did you just do? Well, it's still damp. Okay, it's still kind of like, it's clay. It's malleable. And I'm just going to mix it right into here to this. Okay. I'm add just a tad bit of water, just a tad. I mean, that's probably plenty. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of mix this up here on the surface. Okay, I'm just mixing it right here on the top. That's what I'm doing. Just mixing it up right here where I can control it. It's not mixed deep into everything. Okay. This water, it'll soften right back up. And with this thinset that's thin, now this is set a little bit, so it was kind of thick to start with. So it's all good. It's a win-win-win. Okay. All right, now we can get that mixed up inside, get this all mixed together, and get it in the grout bag. Keep going with this. Get her done. I'm almost done. Next will just be the cleanup, as you're seeing the process here. That's what I was just doing. Okay, and remember, you always want to clean your tools afterwards, especially your sponges. If you don't rinse out your sponges, your grouting trowel, your sponge trowel, it'll harden up and it'll be trash. And that's what you don't want. Okay. Now I'm staying out of this. Although I could probably put my feet on it at this point, but let's not even do it and say we didn't. Let's not and say we did. Let's not even go there. All right. So here we go. Let's get this here, the grout bag. Now, can I just pour this? We want to pour to the opposite side. Put it in the opposite side of our hole. All right, there's our opening. Now, let's see if I can just kind of pour this into here. As you're going, oh, you're going to have a mess on your hands, Ken. Not if it goes as planned, it'll be fine. And so far, so good. I've got this bucket on the bag, holding it as I'm pouring it in, okay? Now, that's good enough. Okay, let's wipe the edge. That works. Okay, let's get this tilted back. The Ziploc has a tendency to come undone. So I just kind of take it and fold it together, hold it, and then squeeze it out. Now I'm going to get this corner back here where you can't see it at the moment. So that's out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to get this back here. You can't see it. Okay, get that in here. I'll be out here where you can see what I'm doing in just a minute. Just a minute. Got to kind of play with it here, getting it dialed in because it goes into a corner, a little bitty corner. Okay. So I got to be able to do this right now because I can't get in here. And it's working. it is working. All right, that's gonna be good. Okay. All right, we're getting this taken care of over here. I can show you this corner when I'm done. If I remember. All right. Okay. Now, get a run on it. Okay, I'm coming around the corner here. And all goes well. And it is going well. This is really gonna take shape and look really nice. Okay. Okay, now. Okay, what I'm finding is where I have some loose river rock, I'm picking it up and I'm putting the thin set underneath it so that it bonds it to the bottom, sides all around, and nothing is missed. There's nothing missed. Okay. And that's what I'm doing with these pieces that I put in here. Okay. I am pulling them out and then setting them down into the thin set so that it completely is surrounded by the thin set itself. Okay. That's what I'm doing. Okay, now this is a little more time consuming, like I've mentioned, doing it this way, but it's definitely more controlled. I had some just come out of the top of the bag on me. Got turned around a bit. Okay. And this is great for like joints, like for your corners. Doing these bags is perfect for doing corners, wide grout joints, and that type of thing. And it's a cleaner. It's much, much, much cleaner and easier to use. So I'm just using something here that works. I didn't have to buy it special. I can throw it away when I'm done. It's quick and easy. Okay. And I wish that thin set wouldn't have came out. of the bag right there. That would have been nice, but things don't always go as planned. You really gotta do this methodically and stay consistent, because it's too easy to overlook a little spot, and you don't want to do that. So let's keep that in mind. You got to do this consistently. Do one little area at a time and work that area as you go. Let's put this. Now, if I was just doing regular joints, that would be different. But I'm not doing a regular joint. And so you want to make sure you really get this down in where there's gaps and spaces in the rocks. And so there may be some of you going, well, I wouldn't use that bag to start with if that's the case, because I don't want any gaps. Well, like I said, this I'm experimenting. And I can always add more, you know. Now I'm going to stick my foot over here in this corner carefully. All right, and I'm just kind of following the groove, the pattern of this groove. All right. Now I use Mapes sealer on the walls and the floor. I had my shower pan, hot mop, that's roofing tar, like they use on flat roofs. It's the kind of tar they use for that application. Was also put in here as a seal. That's old school sealing. By the way, it's called hot mop. It's what it's called on a roof. It's what's called for your shower pan. It's the best way to do it. Is hot mopping. I'm here to tell you that's lifelong. That hot mop is. That sticks. It's watertight. I mean, you know, I'm sure in the beginning somebody's going, if it works this well on the roof, it'll work in a shower pan. And they tried it out. They tested it. You know, they did their little experiment and found that, shoot, man, this is great. And they've been doing it ever since. So it's called hot mopping your shower pan. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it, YouTube it. I didn't have my YouTube channel going when I was hot mopping this. When I had it hot mopped, actually, there's a guy that does that for a living. Okay. And you don't even hear anybody talking about hot mopping their shower pans. I haven't heard any recently or anything, not here on YouTube. But hot mopping is old school. And there's really no way like the old way. Let me tell you. That'll last you a lifetime, hot mop. It's stinky while they're hot mopping it, that's for sure. And but it works great. Best seal around. Can't go wrong if you hot mop. Okay. I'm going to take my sponge trial, my grouting trial. grouting sponge. And go over this here in a minute, get it spread. I might try starting out and just using just the sponge itself and see how the sponge does by itself. All right. Okay, look, I've got a little bit left in the bag. I've came up on the corner about 3/16, maybe an eighth. I cut a very small piece of that corner off, okay? Just to let you know. All right, I just dipped my sponge and squeezed it out. Let me take this sponge, and it's going to slightly, I've got a rag down in here that's kind of interfering with me at the moment. I'm going to slightly wipe this to smooth out this edge here. Okay. And see how this works. Now the sponge is slightly damp. Slightly damp. Okay. And if some of this is kind of picking up, then I'm pushing it down in, back in there. Get this over my foot over here in this corner. Okay. You want all these joints nice and solid. Okay. This came out, so I'm going to put this in here. Put that little pebble back in place. Okay, get the grout around it. All right. Is it live? Is it Memorex? Questions, thoughts, comments? Are you thinking, Ken, you're messing up? I don't know how long that's going to last for you. What's on your mind? I just, you know. And you want to catch this from all directions. Because you're pushing it into the cracks and the crevices here. All right. So we're getting this all worked in here. And so you know this is coming out. It's taking shape. You'll see the end product here for long. First, I got to get this down in here where it all goes. Okay, I see a little spot that might need a little bit more, so add a little bit to that. Right, get it all pushed in there. Okay. This is how we roll. Oh, see, if you don't know who BK is, 42, I want to check out BK's channel. You might want to check out Julie's Julie's Life. Julie's Life. Walker Outdoors. sToolBox. Man's World. Man's World is a friend. He's in China. His name is Man's World. He's got a nice channel. He's a nice guy. And that's Man's World. He has a video up on how to eat with chopsticks, and he really does a great job of showing you how to do that. He's a good friend of mine here on YouTube. Mike at Walker Outdoors. David Knight. Nathan Likes Drums. Farmall. David Ennis has a nice channel if you just want to talk and hang out. He's got a really good channel for that, for just talking and hanging out and that kind of thing. That's David Ennis. He's a good YouTube friend. Okay. Who else? Oh, there's just so many people. I'm going to have to write everybody's names down and do a proper shout out. What I need to do. Oh, there's Kelly Paulson. Kelly Paulson has a hangout. We want to talk and that kind of thing. Doug Paulson. They have a good channel. Like I was saying, St. Otto. He has car shows. Really, really nice car shows. But what I need to do is I need to take the time to write everybody's name down and do a proper shout out. What I'm wanting to do here. I need to just take the time and do it one of these days soon. Scott Peterson's Tools. And we have Oh, dog. One. Ah. Oh, boy. This is bad. There's also Billy B from Australia. He has a lot of different videos. Hazel, Yuri. She's got a lot of nice different wildlife, butterfly type videos. Shoot, there's just so many people. There is, oh man, my memory's not great. That's frustrating. Too young for that. At least I think so. I'm just gonna have to go through my videos and start writing down people's names and putting them in the links. Put their links in my description. That's what I'm gonna have to start doing. And do a big shout out's what I need to do. It's just a big shout out. That's what I'm going to have to do here. Haven't done that yet. Trying to get these other projects taken care of. The shower's huge. Getting to this point has taken longer than what it should have. And so here we are. Okay, looks like I need to let this kind of set up at this point and come back and wipe these rocks down because it's still kind of wet. I had to get it a little bit wetter than I wanted to, and so it's not quite the way I want it. As far as the dryness of the grout's a little too wet for me to wipe it down like I need to wipe it down. As I'm dripping on the floor with my hand. All right, it's looking halfway decent here as far as the visual on the rocks and the thickness of the thinset over the top of them. All right, so looks like I'm in a pretty good place here to give it a break. Get that kind of smoothed out there. Okay. Okay, it's looking good. All right. Well, I don't know who's here, but I'm going to check this chat and see who's in here. Just a minute. kind of working this section right here at the drain, making sure it's all kind of angling, going kind of run in there really well. Before I walk away from this. Okay. Oh, see this Adrian, the info man. But I'm going to have to go over my videos and save everybody's links and copy them and do a shout out, a proper shout out. I don't want to leave people out. Houndsman 1, that's who I couldn't think of. Houndsman 1. Scott Peterson's Tools. Walker Outdoors, already mentioned him. St. Otto. If you like cars and car shows, St. Otto's got a very nice, professionally done car show channel. St. Otto. So that's just off the top of my head. There are other people that are been good supporters, and I'm not thinking of their names, and I'm feeling bad, and I don't want them to think I'm leaving them out. And it's just my memory. What can I say, folks? I'm not leaving anybody out here intentionally. I just can't think of you at the moment. That's why I'm saying I'm just gonna have to take the time to do a proper shout out. I've been saying that for a while. 2 shout outs, one for the new people and one's for that have been here for a while, that I've known for quite a while. Traveling Memories is another one. Jay has Abella. Jay has is Jahz. Jahz. Jay has Abella. She has a good channel, good place to make friends. Green Bay Wacky's another good place for making friends. Traveling Memories is a good place for making friends. Traveling Memories. Jahz, it's Jhaz as in zebra, is another good place for making friends. Green Bay Wacky and Lunatic Dad. Can't forget Lunatic Dad, y'all. Everybody. Good channel, interesting channel. Definitely keep you entertained. Lunatic Dad, I'm talking about. Most people have heard of Lunatic Dad in general. But if you haven't, you'll be glad to know about Lunatic Dad or Green Bay Wacky. Definitely. I'm continuing just to kind of wipe and smooth out the joints around these river rocks. You don't want to, you just want to make sure they've got a nice smooth surface around them. And you can see them, of course. If you just go down just a little bit, just around the edges so that they're up above the surface a little bit. Now, there's a double benefit to the river rock. The river rock has a benefit. They don't just look really nice and natural. They don't just provide some character to your shower. These river rock also act as a natural foot massage as you're walking, standing around here, taking your shower. So there's actually a health benefit to having river rock in your shower. And something most people don't stop to think about in general. But river rock provide a natural foot massage. So it's a win-win-win. You take a shower, you get clean, and you get a automatic foot massage. What a deal. So that's a great thing. Having a foot massage where you take a shower. But a bonus. I mentioned that in one of my videos about the foot massage. I think in the beginning, my first video, I was mentioning that. And somebody says, well, don't the rock hurt your feet? No, the rocks are smooth and they don't hurt at all. There's no, not unless you have what's called neuropathy. And if you have neuropathy, then maybe. You want the flat river rock, imitation type river rock for the look. If you have neuropathy, that should be user friendly for your feet. If they're the flat river rock, then it's more like just tile, and you've got the look of the river rock itself without the discomfort to your neuropathy. And you don't get the massage either, of course, with that. So I'm just trying to cover all these bases here. Something I may not think about later. So that's kind of how that goes. So I'm just kind of continuing to work this. It's going to have to dry a bit more before I can just really come in here and wipe over the top of these rock. And I'll do another video on that. That'll be like tomorrow. I'll be showing you the end results of this project. Like I was saying, if picture's worth 1,000 words, what's a video worth? You know, the picture's worth 1,000. A little bit of excess there. I'm pulling up with my finger. Now I'm going to smooth out with the sponge. I don't know what you can see. You're just looking at the back of my head. I hope not. One little spot here that's kind of giving me a little problem. But isn't that how it goes? Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, now I'm trying to wipe out this sponge. The sponge has got quite a bit of crud. Guess I need to stop to check the chats. My phone's still running, or who's here, or maybe I'm offline and I don't know it. Video's downloaded and I'm still talking. Let's see, are we still videotaping? Looks like possibly. All right, so now, while we've been doing this, I'm going to take this other sponge here that's, let's see if that's wetter than I thought it was. This is a lighter sponge, okay? Just going to lightly wipe across top. And follow the contour, follow the edges around the pattern of the grout here. Kind of smoothing it out. Okay. Never mess with river rock. This is the first time to second shower. The other shower had the mosaic, the 2x2s, and that was a lot of work removing the grout from those. But if I would have used this grout bag that I created on the 2x2s, I don't think it would have been as difficult to clean. I don't think so anyway. And I'm just working around these rocks at this point, just kind of wiping over the top of the ones that kind of have some head on them. And also kind of working around them, the contour of them, all at the same time. So you can see they're shaped a little better and get a better flow of water. So I'm going around the contour, smoothing out the edge of the grout going through. Okay, it's what I'm doing, the purpose of what I'm doing here. And I said remove the areas where it's heavy. And then just kind of spread that thinset around. Okay, we'll follow little channels around the rock. Help it to flow nice on the drainage, look nicer. Okay, smooths it out. A little rock here that's hiding. Okay, kind of working this around here. Okay, which opens that up. See as I'm working it down in here. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just working right around the edge. And as I'm doing this, it's continuing to set up. Okay, so I'm working in this area right here while it's setting up everywhere else, which will make it easier. See, now here, I've got some drying right there, see? And I'm able to solve that little problem. Still has a little bit too much water in it. I still have thinset in here. I don't want to get hard in the bucket. Basically, this is waste, unfortunately. This is just basically waste. But you want to be able to reuse this bucket. Okay, so I'm sitting here cleaning the edge real quick while I'm thinking about it. This will get hard on here, and this bucket won't be of any value. And you know, there's an old saying called "waste not, want not." It's old school. Comes from probably the 60s, 50s. Before my time, but anyways, if this gets full of hard thinset, then I can't use the bucket. Then I got to go buy one or find something else, and why go there? You know, just keep it simple. Clean the bucket. Keep it, you know, all I gotta do is add a little water to that, and I'm good. Okay. Just things you normally don't think about in general. And this is just slightly damp. Ever so slightly. Okay, so we're really getting down to the bottom line of this here. And remember, this is a top-notch grout that I didn't have to put any polymer in it, nothing for sealing it. I didn't have to put any sealer in this. It already had built-in sealer. But this sealer that I used, I happen to already have it. It says it'll last up to 15 years, so have best of both worlds. This floor should last, forever. Just until somebody wants a new looking shower, you know. They get tired of it and they have the money to redo it. It should last for a long time, years to come. This floor in the shower, I've got everything sealed really, really well. And looking forward to using this. It's a steam shower, which I really like. Another benefit. Having a steam shower, it's a health benefit. So, well, if there's somebody dropping in here, somebody here now, I'll check the chat. If you make a comment, if you ask any questions, I will check this chat. And if you're not here, I will go to your channel and answer your question on your video. I will leave a comment and answer your question if you have any questions. On my other shower, I used a DuraShield on the glass. I'm going to use it in here too. And it looks really good. I need to do an update on that DuraShield glass treatment that I used. Because that has worked really well. Now, we did something that most of these people are not doing on YouTube. When they do an DuraShield video, they're not cleaning their glass at all. They're not squeegeeing their glass. And, they're saying, look, it's not really working. But, this DuraShield is not a miracle working product. You still, with that DuraShield, have to go over your glass with the squeegee when you're done with the shower, or you're not being fair to the company. That's really unreal expectations to think that you're going to put something on your glass and you have no squeegeeing to do afterwards. That's an unfair expectation on DuraShield. Like I say, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just talking principle here. I'm keeping it real. But I'm real happy with the performance of DuraShield. I would have crud on my glass otherwise, and I'm convinced that this DuraShield is definitely making a difference for my shower. And DuraShield's worth buying. And I'll do when I do the DuraShield process on the shower, I will videotape that. Okay, now I'm coming back over it with the wetter sponge now, okay? To kind of clean this up a bit. Now that it's had a chance to kind of set and dry, I can do that with this. And it's a process I find works. Okay, now I'm hitting it with the wetter sponge. That's also smoothing out any areas that were a little bit rough. Okay. You can see the rock even coming through now, the color. These rocks are gray and white mainly. There's some black that accents it. I don't know what you can see. That's why I was saying if we had a darker grout over the surface here, you could definitely, it would stand out better. I think it would, the appearance would just pop with the darker grout. The grout we bought was to match the walls. It's a great match for the walls, for the joints in the wall and the tile. A great match, but on the floor, it's too light for the rock, and the rock should pop, and it's not really popping. So if you don't want your floor to pop, you just want it to kind of blend and look nice, use the same colored grout as your shower walls. If you want it to pop, then use a darker color and something that will complement your tile walls. and your rock floor should pop. Like I say, we may end up going with the darker grout just over the surface here to color it. So stay tuned for that. We'll see how that goes. Okay, and I think I'm about done for the moment in this live stream. And look forward to hearing from you. And remember, I will be doing a shout out. I'm going to have to stop and write down everybody's names, as many as I can, for a shout out. And I'll be doing 2 for older people that have been with me from the beginning and shortly thereafter, and people that are new. All right. So appreciate you being here. Appreciate your time. Thank you for the time spent watching my videos. And I'm just trying to see some areas that got the little heavy thin set. I'm just trying to make sure I get that off now because it'll be difficult. I'll have to chip it off later, and I don't want to chip it off if I can help it. Okay. You got to be careful when you chip it off as well. Keep that in mind. But I look forward to using this shower, that's for sure. It's definitely taking shape. Now I'm putting some firm pressure here in this area. Kind of working the heavy areas of the grout off the rock. Kind of bringing them up a little bit. Working it towards the drain here as I go. Okay. I'll soon get my shower foot massage. What a deal. Well, if you're new to my channel, subscribe. Hit the red word that says subscribe if you don't know. And then tap the bell that appears. And then you'll get the notification bell with the parentheses. And every time I upload a video, you won't miss any. So, all right. I guess that I am let this dry now and then come back and wipe it down and call it a day, and it'll be ready. And next will be the chrome beauty rings around the mixing valves. And these are a posi tip mixing valve that I installed. And that way, if you flush the toilet, it doesn't change temperatures. Somebody turns the water on in the sink or in the kitchen, it doesn't change temperatures while you shower. And so that's the next thing I'll be doing is putting everything in, all the trim. Trim is next. All right, well, this is pretty well dry at the moment. It's set pretty good. It's still soft. It's still soft. But I'm gonna squeeze out all the water out of this. Just give it a once over. Okay. I don't know anybody else would do this, but it's how I'm doing it. If there's a better way to do this, somebody knows, tell me. If there's a better way, I'm all ears. I'm all ears if you have a better way, and you know a better way. I'm gonna say, Ken, this is where you can, improve it here and here, whatever. Talk to me. If you're seeing something. All right. Well, God bless. Take care. Keep looking up. And never give up, because there's always a way. All right. I'm going to raise up here in just a second. And I keep seeing more. It's like you finally just got to find a place to stop, because you could just keep going and keep going and keep going like the Energizer Bunny. Got to find a place to stop. Just got to find that stopping place. Okay. Just brought a hidden rock up just now, but like I am saying, though, you do need to find a stopping point. A place where you can just stop, call it a day. That's for sure. Oh, by the way, talk far as the Constitution. Our military go in. The military taking an oath to defend our Constitution. All soldiers go into the military making an oath to defend the Constitution. And our government needs to honor these areas of the Constitution that they're just overlooking. Like this Federal ID, Real ID 2020 Federal ID Act is a total violation of the 10th Amendment. The 10th Amendment does not give the local or federal government permission to force us to comply with the Federal ID. That is a violation of our constitutional rights, our God-given rights, and it's a violation of the Constitution itself, because the Constitution does not give local or federal government permission. It doesn't give the federal government permission to force the local government to do it. And Trump really needs to overturn it. President Trump, our president, my president, needs to overturn this 2020 Federal ID Act that they snuck in back during 9/11. They snuck it in. We didn't know about it till they made it known recently. And that's all wrong. And they know it's wrong, but it's about control, and we need to turn this around. Trump needs to turn it around. You know, this isn't communist China. Let's keep America the best place on planet Earth. We need to preserve our Constitution, and those in office should know the Constitution as a requirement to get into office. Our military fights for it. Our family members fight for it. Those that get into office should have to requirement for them to know it before they get into office on any level. And that's something that's not being done. It should be a part of our community, a part of our world. I mean, it's a part of the United States. If our military takes an oath to preserve our Constitution of the United States, shouldn't everyone that steps into a political office from local government have to require to study and know our Constitution before they, as a requirement, before they even can run for office and hold an office? Should not the president be required to know the Constitution of the United States, who he is chief over the military, who's fighting for our Constitution? How has this been overlooked? Why am I the only one I hear saying this or speaking this way? What's wrong with that picture? I hope, President Trump, I hope you hear this broadcast. I hope somebody says, hey, you need to hear this. Because I think you would make the difference. I think you would uphold it. I think you would take the time to learn it. That's what I think and believe. And I'd love to talk to you. So, at any rate, we need to make this a priority, put this in action so that everyone that goes into office, on whatever level it is, local, federal, the House of Representatives need to know it. The Senate needs to know it. The president needs to know it. Whom he is chief over our military, who's fighting for our Constitution, and that's the oath they've taken. Let's put this in motion, America. Let's make this happen. Let's start writing our congressman. Let's start writing the president. Let's start writing Mike Pence. I think Mike Pence would get on board with this. I really do. Now's the time. Let's make it happen. All right. So on that note, I'm not sure. Oh, when did that get reversed? Holy smokes. This is bad form on my part. Wow. I don't know who's here or who's hanging out, but thanks for being here. Let me see what's in the comments. Hey, Mike. Are you here, Mike? Is that you that's here? Well, Mike, thank you very much, bro, for sticking it out. And Texas Life Julie, you might want to Subscribe to her channel, Mike. And just at your channel, good video, by the way, on your scrapping. Bicycles are worth money. People are collecting these old bicycles. You've got guys refurbishing old campers, and they're buying old trucks, and then they're putting together old bicycles. You know, so when they go camp, they're driving around on their old bicycle. And just, okay. Anyways, if you can get bicycle parts, you can sell them, I'm sure, on eBay or wherever else, and make more money on selling them individually to people that are fixing up these old bikes. Or you could fix up an old bicycle and get who knows how much out of it. $300-400, $250, I don't know. But these old bicycles, if you can get them, find them, you can sell the parts and make money, or build the bike and make money. How long was this camera on reverse? Oh, okay. See, there you go. You know, you might want to do a little bit of research and see what that's worth. I gave you my number. Because I've sent you a few messages there in the past. I've sent you my number recently. I think I put it on your in your comments. Because I don't want to mention it right now, you know. I have been here since 5:50, 5:40. Okay, I don't even know what time it is. How much was you able to working on the floor, or were you looking at my ceiling? Was you able to see the floor I was working on? Because when I just looked at my phone, it was in reverse. So I don't know when that happened. Oh, really? Wow. 5:40 to now? You can see the floor. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to show you this floor here that I'm inside. I'll flip this camera around. Okay, I've got to wipe those rocks down. But there's the side I've already wiped down. I need to do it again. But this is what I just laid. See, this is the corner I was working in right there. See, that was really hard to get to. That's along the shower seat, see? But this was a real hard area to get. There's my drain. But yeah, that's a shower seat. It's a nice big shower seat. Here's my shampoo shelf. I made it extra wide. See how it comes out past the wall here? There's the wall and it extends out. It's kind of like a... Well, thank you, Mike. I built this shampoo shelf like a windowsill. Is what I've done. Because you don't have enough room. If it stops at the wall, it's not wide enough. You don't have enough room. You got this little narrow spot you're trying to put your shampoo bottles on, and it's just not quite big enough. But that is big enough. You know? So then here's my ceiling. All right. That hole there is for the rain shower. This pipe here is where I'm going to have my handheld. And I'll show you something here since you're here that I custom made. And I'm going to show you how to make. I custom painted this. Okay. It's kind of dusty at the moment, but This is for the handheld, okay? And this was all copper, and that's going to go over there on the wall where that pipe is right there. So anyways, that was a big mess up.